Okay, good afternoon / evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. We are right back where we left it last time. I was going to honestly do a 3x3 proper 12 belt swapping setup offline, and then the next episode would be the man, but you know what, maybe just get it over with. So, okay, you can go away. So, we got plenty of space here. All right, let's just start cracking this on. Oh, there. That's not going to work. Okay. Okie dokie. So we need 8 of these down the bottom. Yeah, this little cutoff to get it down the bottom, that is definitely causing us some problems. I'm not sure how to sort of deal with that. I mean, okay, here's an interesting thing. If we do this, need to move it over a little bit more, but we're almost there. Yeah, that's a little bit tight. What we can do here is do like that maybe. And then this one. No, but then there's going to be no room for this. Oh, I can still get that output out that way. We've just got to... No, so there's not enough room in there. So we'd have to move these guys out. That much. I just do not know. Did I mess this up? Yeah, so that one goes there. And then that one goes like that. Okay. And we just never get quite enough space. never get quite enough space. We need to shift it over one more. And then we're going to have no room for these guys to get in the middle. We do have a ton of space up here though. Maybe I'm trying too hard to squeeze it in. Okay, you go away. Okay. Alrighty. So let's hide this layer. And then we go there and we go there. And then this one goes out like this. And then this one goes out like that. And then that one's out there and that one's out there. Okay, that's a pretty good plan. That is a pretty good plan. Hopefully copying like this works. Maybe one day they'll have a filter selector or something where you could just cancel all things of a particular type that you don't like. Well, that's not what we wanted to do. And then Control C, F. Okay. Now we are cooking with gas. And that only took 7 minutes. Oh, 7 minutes is still a long time. But yeah. Now I actually want to test this as we're building it. So send that up there. You are not as useful. You're kind of useful. We'll leave you over there so we can, well, maybe not over there, but we'll leave you over there. So we can refer to it. Here we go. Okay, so that's not good. That's all right. We just need to change the rotation. And that changed all 3 layers. Okay, that was looking a lot better. And then we just need to copy and paste. You are also needing to be copy and pasted. And the other side is fine. The other side just works. Yeah, this whole reversing thing. Reversing 99% of the time it works fine, but sometimes it does weird things. It does very, very weird things. Okay. Yeah, and these swappers 4. These cutters are 4, these swappers are 4. So yeah, that should be fine. And then we got this. And then we've got to do this again. So right now we've just got a single level and we need 4 per. So, oh, how did that happen? So we will triple stack these again. So if we get rid of that, we've got to have 4 sets of these 4. And we'll have to do fancy things with the triple stacking. Okay. Here we go. Put that in the center of there. Put that in the center of there. Okay. Oh, no, screw that one up again. And this one we'll put in like this. And then that leaves a lot of room in the center. Actually, no, we're trying to get these belts out through the center, I think is what we... Yeah, so this one we'll have to send up here and then across like that to allow this one to get out via the center, which is fine. You go like that. And what we're probably going to do is we're probably going to have something like this and then drop down like that. The same way we do pipes with painting. Okay. Is that just as easy? That's pretty much just as easy. Okay. And you're going over to the right-hand side. Now, we did swap the cutters over. No, they're all swappers, aren't they? They're all swappers. So, yeah, that's fine. So then, hang on a second. I'm doing something wrong here. Let me just think about this. Okay. So this is the right ratio, even though it's only for a quarter. This is still the right ratio. So we got 3, 6, 12, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 2 to 1. Now we've got 16, 32. So we should have 16 up here, which we have too many of. Okay. That makes a little bit more sense. All right. So, boom, and get rid of all of those. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So this one goes up here. This one goes up here. This one goes up here, and then this one goes up there. And then these are the ones that cross over in the middle. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So we're going to cross these ones over late. Actually, you go back and then you'll cross over up here. And you'll go down. And then you'll go over to here. And you'll go up. And then you'll go like this. Yep. And you go like that. And then this one will go up here, go down, go across, do a little jump over there, and then up. Okay. No, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's very not okay. Okay, because we want to leave gaps. Because we want to. I still want to put these right on top of each other, which means we cannot have these guys dumping down that early. So what we have to do is we have to move these back very, very, very far. I have to move these back extremely far. An extreme amount back, as far back as we can, actually. Now it's going to look a little bit stupid, but yeah, that should be far back enough, I think. And then we just send these belts all the way up. Yeah, that definitely looks a little bit stupid, but it means that we've got plenty of space to feed the other ones in on the top belt above. Okay, now we see if we can just do the exact reverse over here. Okay. That kind of screwed up a little bit, but that's fine. That was expected, I guess. What we'll do is these can move over there and go up like that. This can go up there and then over like that. This one can go up. Actually, you don't need to go up anymore because we've already sent that one across. Okay, that's actually an issue because we're crossing over very early and we're stopping these guys from getting out very early. That's not good. Okay, no, got a solution for that. Got a solution for that. So you go up there, you go up here, and then we cross that off. And then this one goes over here, crosses up, and then goes down. So now we've got vertical crossings. This is a bit over the top, but we can deal with it. Maybe we'll want to move those further up. I don't know. We'll see if we can get around them for now. Okay. You go up like this. And then you're just going up like that. So we will try to do this. Up by one, and yeah. I wonder if we just do that. That kind of just works, doesn't it? Whoa, what did I do? No, it's fine. Okay, I thought I screwed that up, but I did not. All right. Okay, so then we've got this red needs to go over there somehow. So let's get the rest of the purples done. Okay, you go over there. Starting to get a little bit all over the place, but at least we will finally have full throughput on this stupid build. We still got room for a number 3 to go over the top there. Although we haven't routed the number 3 up yet, so we're going to have to be careful with this guy. Let's get this, just go straight over there, send it up. Okay, you go there, and then there, and then there. And this one can go like this. Okay, that works. That one works. I'm worried we're putting a bit too much down here in terms of the upward belts, but now things is where things get very interesting. Okay. So we're actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and then across. Now we have to do a little bit of third level here. I don't think we can get around it. I'm going to go down here again and then up here. And then we go down one level. Oh, what am I doing? I already set this one up over here. Already pre-planned it. I didn't cancel too much of that, did I? So if I press Y, oh, I did. Press Y. Oh, down to the bottom. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. You on the second level. Drop down. Drop up to the top. I mean, we've left plenty of space for the third level belts to get through. All we need is to snake them through these gaps between the level 3s that we've currently got. I wonder if I could have avoided this. I probably could have snaked it up through there and then something like that. Put it up the top level. It's all right. This is not a prohibitive gap right there. Okay. And then we just need these guys. So, okay, that's another one bites the dust. And then we're going to send this one here down, up, up. Actually, we'll go all the way over to there and then put it up. And then it's all good. Or we might have put it up a little bit too soon. A little bit too late, sorry. Okay, there we go. That is a little bit easier. Before we go any further, let's just actually start cooking with gas here. Now I can just do it like that, right? Yeah, I can just do it like that. It doesn't matter that I'm also hitting the dead zone coming out of that stacker because it's a dead zone. It doesn't really matter what comes out of it. Okay, and then we just do this, E, and then E. And we should see some stuff coming out of the second layer, and we do. We do definitely see some stuff coming out of the second layer. Is it going to be 100%? Certainly looking like it. All right. So now we've just got the third layer. Saving the best for last. Okay. This is actually going to be interesting. Because I just realized we can't go over the top anymore. How do we do this then? Because yeah, previously we were just going over the top, but now we can't go over the top anymore. Have we run into a serious situation? How do we get rid of this serious situation? Don't tell me I have to split these guys up even more into like smaller blocks or something like that. Okay, that's an interesting one. That is, I mean, we've definitely got a block big enough to give us some freedom to do some playing around here, but yeah, no, that's an interesting problem. It's a very, very interesting problem. Yeah, I can't think of what to do here. Okay, all right. So what we've got here is we've got 8, 8, 8, 8. Okay. So let's go ahead and delete the top level. Just the top level. So the other two levels are still working. So this is a total of 8, 16, 32. 32 that we still need to do. Okay. So if I were to put, that's 16 right there. Now we've got so much vertical space here. We've got a ton of vertical space. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete all of this. And then I'm going to move these guys down here. And then we're going to copy and paste that out there. And then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do this here. Okay. So that solves that problem. And then we've just got to get these filled with the top level one. So you go up here, you skate around the edge, and then as soon as you get past, we're going to send you down to the bottom. Now, this is correct. Okay, let's get the rest of the purples routed through. Once again, as soon as humanly possible, we send it over and then route it through. And sending these up to the end is not going to be that big a deal. Okay. We can't actually send that one through there. We're going to have to send it like this, but we will cut it all the way across, send it down, boom, 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 and you send it across the same line, cut it down, what am I doing? This Control Z works funny sometimes. Okay. Now we just need to cut these over. So you are Mr. Purple. So you go across and we're going to drop you down at the earliest opportunity. And then we're just going to leapfrog you. We could leave it on the second level all the time, but actually we probably should do that. It's probably a little bit more performant to do that. Yeah, so we put it down there, actually as low as possible, and then we send it up and send it across here, and then we do this. Oh. Okay, and then this other one right at the top level, send it over there and then jack it down, and then this one goes over to there and then down. Okay, that's the right side done. Now the left side. We're going to route it around here. And this one is going to be the far one. So we put it up to the second level, send it up here. Okay. All right, now we just got one more belt in this entire thing to route over. And this one should be relatively easy. We can drop you down there. I was planning on dropping you a little bit earlier, but that one should be fine. Okay, now you go all the way up to the top level. You go all the way to the top level. I thought I saw a warning icon there. Maybe not. Oh, it's just the icon when you have the belt selected on it. Okay. So, well, we can see our numbers been ticking up pretty steadily while we've been building this. So I'd say that this is 12 belts, 12 belt throughput. So yeah, I'd say this has been successful. Absolutely 100% successful. So now we just need to put this into a, you are crap, you go away. We need to put this into a 48 belt setup. So, so we can actually make a blueprint of this now, which is nice. Control S, train swapper. Where's my swapper? There we go. 1, 2, train, oh, goddamn, caps lock. Train swapper 12. Okay, and we've got the blueprint. We've got it now. And so it is 100% there. 100, let's just double check, 100% working. Okay. Now, having said that, this is not just a swapper. This is a advanced swapper designed to do 2 particular shapes with 2 particular operations, 2 particular thingamybobs, and to swap them and then merge them using swappers. So it's not a generic swapper. It is a very specialized swapper. But we'll call it swapper anyway. So now we have to design the 48. Which, to my way of thinking, is just going to be this, except we boosh out all of the trains a little bit, make them a little bit bigger, and yeah, make sure that we keep the stations in the right spot, and we should be fine. We should be absolutely fine. Actually, I think I'm going to start it from scratch. Starting it from scratch might be a little bit easier. Okay, so you need 4 spaces in between. So let's get the station set up. So loading, 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 and loading. And then we need a bunch of unloaders. You are all going to be there, and you are all going to be there. Okay. And we'll just put the station up like that, and then the station up like that. And last but not least, so there's still not enough room to put the 3 and 4 down here, so this still has to be the 1 and the 2. But yeah, okay. You go there. Oh, we still need to go out a bit wide and then tunnel over, but we do it here. And the reason we need to tunnel over is because otherwise this train will not be able to end properly. And we need to do the same thing over there. So this is number 1, number 2. We got a lot more flexibility with these things. 1, 2, oh, actually that's going to have to be number 3. No, we'll make that one number 2. And then this one can be number 4. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 1. And then that one goes out there. And we still got the input trains. Okay. There we go. This looks a little bit funky, but we could actually fix this by making this the 1 and the 2, and then this the 3 and the 4, but yeah, then the station would have to be right here, and we can't have that. We could make this, no, you can't make this like the 2 and the 3 because that just doesn't work. Okay, let's just call it a day here. Train swapper 48. What are we doing? What are we doing? Train swapper 48. Okay. And this episode might actually be a little bit of a short one because that was the last thing we had for the final for Milestone 9 for this shape. That was all we had. Where is it? Milestone 6, actually. It says Milestone 9, but that's because the first 3 milestones, this one and this one and this one, they never end up as operator shapes. So as far as I'm concerned, this is Milestone 6. Okay, so here we are. Let's have a look. So this is the purple, which is fine. And this is the red, which is fine. Ooh. Are we going to be in trouble here? Because this is a very specialized and extremely specialized blueprint. It takes red in on the right-hand side and purple in on the left-hand side. We need to figure out what happens if we do it the opposite way. If we do it the opposite way, does it still work or does it fail? No, it fails. It fails. It fails spectacularly. And that's not good because our 48 blueprint does the swaps. See, it's so this will be red on one side, but then the other side is going to be red as well. So yeah, that's not going to work. Has to be like this. Oh, that makes the exit painful as well. That makes the exit very painful. I mean, we could faff this. We could faff this. I mean, we just have to reset these rotators pretty much. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to have to reset the rotators and get it working. Because as I said, this is the only one we're going to need for the entire game. We're never going to use it for the MAM. We're only ever going to use it for this. So yeah, I'm just going to set it up. And then, no, that's not what I want. Then we're just going to set it through. Okay, let's have a look-see here and see what we need to reset. One of these will work and one of these won't. And I have a feeling this is the one that's going to break. Yeah, this is one that's going to break. So this is rotating. We just need to rotate. And we're going to lose a little bit of product here, but that's fine. And then we just reverse it and then set it up there, and that should fix that as well. And yeah, we'll have to do the same thing over here. It seems to be a little bit annoying that the flipping does top to bottom instead of left to right, because I always get used to the idea of it being left to right, but it always does top to bottom, so I have to double rotate it. Okay, so let's have a look-see. All right, you're good. You're good, and that means this one is probably, yeah, this one's good as well. If we go up here, that's good. You're not good. I could have sworn I fixed you. No, you need to be left. Did I must have forgotten to fix you. Is that right now? Yes, that is right. How embarrassing. Must have just overlooked these guys. How I'm always going a bit too far. You are fine. Okay. So that one's beautiful. That's the very bottom one. That's beautiful. Over here, you're good now. You're good. Let's go up to the next one. It's beautiful. Look at all these crystals. It's like a little light show. Yeah, it took me a while to realize that the crystals actually blink. And you zoom in, they blink a little bit. But when you zoom out to a certain, like, look at this. Look at all the little blinking going on. It's like a little fireworks show. And then up here we have problems. Up here we have a lot of problems. Does that fix my problems? I think, oh, I mean, it's swapping the rotation around. So yeah, I'm assuming that will fix these guys. Yeah, it looks like it does. We still had a little bit of garbage in there, so I'm going to clear that out. But yeah, so you're good, you're good, you're good. So we are done. Oh, that doesn't work. I was trying to rotate while at the same time tracing a belt out. Okay. Where is my home? My home is over here. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to delete all of this because this was in our temporary setup and we don't need it anymore. We do not need this massive amount of colors. Let's be careful here. Now this is all still part of the temporary setup. All of these massive amount of buildings, all part of the temporary setup. Yeah. It's not, this is milestone 5 over here, milestone 4. Those go in on these belts, milestone 1, milestones 2 and 3. Yeah, none of this crap is necessary. And we get rid of that. Get rid of that. And we have wiped away all trace. No, not quite all trace. There we go, wiped away all trace. And then this is milestone 6. Just about to go in. And yeah, that should finish us off. And because it's a little bit of a long journey, I will send the train down there. Okay, you're looking pretty good. You're still getting caught up. You're looking pretty good. You're only just getting caught up because this was the one that we were bashing quite a lot. But it's solid. It's very, very solid. And anybody who's allergic to blinking lights, you should not be watching this episode because these crystals, man, they just blink a lot. A lot. Have we got a train? It's looking pretty sweet. That's quite a lot of them. That's like 7,000 right there. So yeah, that should pop us up to like 56, 57K, something like that. Yeah. So we could finish this 8,000 off in like one train load easily, which is good, which is definitely good. So let's go ahead and I just want to see this one jump in and the number jump up, but that is 44 minutes for this episode. So we're not going to go over an hour this one, where it's going to be, well, relatively short, a little bit shorter than normal. Come on, where's my 56K? Where is it? I know the train's coming, but sometimes it just seems like it takes so long to get there. So freaking long for the train to get there. And I apologize for my squeaky chair. Where the hell is it? There it is. My God, it's taking forever. I swear the trains do not get slower when they have more carriages. Having said that, we should probably do a test. Because it seems like that train, no, it's taking the same amount as the other train, but the other train's also a 4-carriage. I want to do a test. Maybe that's what we'll spend the last 10 minutes or so doing, is just testing train speeds with various cargo on them. Oh, look at that. That was like over 7K. That was like 7.5K. Okay, let's do some tests here. 2, 3, 4. So you are going to have 1 wagon. You are going to have a lot of wagons. You're going to have 4. And you are going to have 4 fluid wagons. And then we're going to have a drag race to see how fast these trains go. Okay. Can we see them all? Yep. All right. Perfect. Perfectly in sync. Doesn't matter how many bloody things there are, they are perfectly in sync. We cannot... I wonder if cargo has a difference. Okay, here's an interesting thing. All right, here's what we're going to do. That wasn't really a really good test, was it? Do we actually need green over here? No, it's so full. It's so full, it's not even funny. Okay, so I respawn you first. Then I'm going to respawn you. I feel like this train takes a little while to speed up, but once it speeds up, they're both at the same rate. So let's send it all the way over there. Let's do that check again. Yeah, they're identical. Once the train speeds up, they're identical. It doesn't matter what sort of cargo they have. That one got a little bit behind, but that was because it was slowing down for the station. Okay. Yeah, so length does not make a difference. Cargo does not make a difference. The trains are always the same. So that's a very nice test. Yeah, interesting. Might be interesting if they actually change that so that if you have more carriages, the train gets a bit slower. Might make some more interesting decisions a bit interesting, but yeah. I mean, that's pretty good. We're up to 78K. I wasn't even paying attention. What are you looking like? You are a full train, aren't you? You are a very, very, very full train. That's a good 12,000, was it? 12,960. I'm a genius at math, okay? 12,960. Check my math for me. 12, I'm not sure if we can actually, it only shows it down to the nearest 100. 12,960, yeah, that's close enough. It rounds up, which is why it's still got 0.8 on it, but yeah. Okay, so, and here's another one. That's the next train. This one's not going to be full, is it? Just three in there, which is 3,240. So that is Milestone 6 done. And we used an incredible amount of colors over here to do this one. So Milestone 6 is like this, 5,500 plus this, I think. 5,600. Was it this one as well? I feel like this one is for... No, it included this one as well. All right, 6,300 if I could have been bothered making the pins, it might have been a little bit less because we wouldn't have needed that many colors. But yeah, 6,300. So yeah, total of 20,000 usage for all 6 milestones, running at 48 belts, which is okay. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of platform points. We got 13.7, but this one, this one, I mean, that'll shoot up to level 20 in no time, which will give us another 4,000 points. So that'll pay for itself. We leave this for an hour and a half. We'll be up to 20,000 platform points available, which is pretty good to start the MAM. And yeah, we're at 51 minutes. I could start talking about the MAM, about my plans for it, but I'm actually going to leave you in suspense right now. I'm actually going to go ahead and, yeah, finish the video off here. I'd like to sort of finish off this milestone now. And it's not going to be that much further, that much longer, to be honest. So maybe we'll just sit around and watch it, and we can click off the last milestone and we can see all of the operator shapes showing up and being available. These ones being unlocked. Yeah, so yeah, that'll definitely be a lot of fun when we do that. So I guess we're just waiting then. We're not going to be waiting for too long. Well, maybe another few minutes. But yeah, this is like an unofficial sort of end game. It's not the end game because we're still going to be working on the MAM, but it is the end of the game. And yeah, final qualification. Oh, this gives us 4,000 platform points as well. That's awesome. So we're going to end up about, after we leave this for like an hour and a half, we'll end up around 25,000 platform points. Our lag isn't too bad. There's definitely a bit of lag in there. Definitely a bit of lag going on. But considering how many trains we got running around, it's doing pretty good. So while we're waiting for this to tick over, let's sort of have a look at all the builds that we've got. So yeah, basic pickup is just the straight thing. We got these little rotators every now and then. We've got this wonderful T-shaped piece, which we're using to merge 3 into 1 and set it up the top. This is the closest thing we've got to copying space belts. Honestly, doing without this would have been very annoying, to be honest. We could have done it. We could have done without it. Let's be honest here. We could have done without it. But yeah, what you would have had to do is you would have had to have like these 3 going into 3 different stations, and then you have one set which is all at the bottom, and then one set which is all in the middle. So you'd pop them up to the middle on this platform, and then you'd have one set which is all the way at the top. And then that works very well for a 1-3 train. It doesn't work very well for a 1-4 train. Because, yeah, I'm not actually sure how you would do that. Well, I suppose you would do that by not having 3, you'd have 4. So you'd have an extra one over here, and then you'd have a train, and then you'd have 4 carriages with 4 loaders. All 4 of these would be on the bottom. And so instead of having 4 groups of 3, you would have 3 groups of 4. And these 4 would be at the bottom, these 4 would be in the middle, these 4 would be at the top. And that's how you would do it without this T. So you could get rid of the T and do the stations like that. And theoretically, you could just have this thing loading directly into this thing. And you could do all the rotation in here. If you really wanted to cut down on platform points. So you get rid of these platforms entirely. You would need an extra one. Well, you wouldn't need an extra one because you're just moving one from there over to there. And then that would be beautiful. Actually, that would be a great way of saving platform points. And it would also get rid of this pseudo space belt platform, which is which I'm still allowing it because it's doing level manipulation. A space belt can't do level manipulation, and this one can. Now, if I was to do something like this one moves it from 1 up to 3, this one moves it to 3 down to 2, this one moves it to 2 down to 1, and I use this and each one was moving around a different level, that's definitely cheating. But in this case, I don't think this is cheating because we have to move it to a level. We're using a platform to move it to a level, and we're using a platform to do rotation. So it spreads out a little bit, but I don't consider that to be cheating. But we just showed that you could do it without any of these and still get a 4-carriage train using all 3 levels quite easily. You just have to mess around with this thing. So if you look over Mr. Fluid, exactly the same. Like no difference at all. It's just these guys. We're using the T again to get it on all 3 levels. And the one thing that you should be aware of is this thing, the train station placement, very important. So this loads up carriage 1 and carriage 4. And then at the very start, we load up carriage 2 here and carriage 3 here. So you're alternating the stations to make sure that all 4 carriages get filled up. They don't all get filled up at the same time, but they do get filled up eventually. Now this is our painting station. And as you can see, the shape drop off goes in here on the side, and then the fluid one goes on the right hand side. Excuse me, autosave. You're taking your sweet time because my game's so big. But yeah, so this is the first 2 because the station's here for both sides, and then the 3 and the 4. And then the output train snakes around. So it's the first one here, then the second, then the third, and then the 4th. And this was a very tricky thing to design, but we did it without space belts and without space pipes. And this is for the painter. And this is just a 2x2 little painter right there. And the stacker is pretty much the same design as the painter because it's on a 2x2. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the painter and the stacker and the mixer as well. So if you have a look, the color mixer, we put that on a 2x2 as well. And it basically does the same thing, except you've got fluid stations everywhere and a fluid train. So that, yeah. And then, so that was crystallizing. Crystallizing was a bit more interesting because we had to get 2 fluid trains in because we need twice as much throughput. So in this case, we had 1 fluid train going around here, another one going around here, and then the input train going around the entire circumference up to here, and then the output train just goes straight through the middle. If you want to see me building this one, I can't remember if it was I think it was last episode or the episode before, I can't remember. The one that's called Crystal Build, I think, is the one we did this. But yeah, this was a ton of fun to build. And then this is the actual crystallizer. 12 belts of crystallizing happening on a 2x2, which was awesome. And then finally, what we did today, which was the train swapper, which is just like the 2x2 ones, except we expanded it to be a 3x3. And this monster swapping build, which is only useful for Milestone 9. It's not a generic swapper. A generic swapper would probably be, I guess, something like this, except it would have 2 outputs. So you have 2 inputs and 2 outputs, but I don't know how you could design that. I don't know what use it would have though. So yeah, I don't think I'd and that one, that swapper would have the same outputs being used in different rates stalling problem. So anyway, unlock 17.9. Congratulations, you passed the final qualification. Continue to improve your operator level. Thank you, I will. Oh, and we've already got 8,000 and 9,200. So that one we left for just a few minutes longer while we were talking, and we already got 2 levels on it. So that thing is cooking like gas. Yeah. So we'll do a quick little thing. So this is M1, this shape over here, just stackers and shapes. We're not going to go through it in too much detail. M2 and M3, again, stackers and shapes, a little bit of coloring here and there. using the modules that we talked about. This one is interesting because for this shape, we actually found this shape just normally on there and we got a lot of it. This is 2 full train loads. And then one of these is rotated in here and one of them is not. And we just stack them together. And that takes care of 90% of this shape, which is very, very lucky. M3, nothing special, just 4 shapes, boom, boom, boom. M4, again, this is where we started doing color mixing. So we got the blue and the red going into purple and so on and so forth. This one is the pinning. We didn't do anything special for the pinning. There was no special pinning station. The only thing that happened here was we did pinning in here. So for example, we cut, we rotate, and we did the pinning here. So the pinning was only ever done at the initial mining stations. And then we just put colors on top of the pins. So we never needed a special train station for the pins. And then number 6 is what we did, finished off today. And yeah, that was pretty standard. So we got a buttload of coloring to get 192 belts of white or pipe or loaders worth of white. So I'm not going to do the math on that, but it's a lot. It's like 2,000, 192 by 2,000. So it's, that's got to be over, that's like almost 4 million per minute. 4 million liquid per minute. Yeah, 3.5 million liquid per minute, something like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. And then we just, we basically made this shape and then made this shape and then swapped them together. So we, unlike all the other ones, we actually made Milestone 9 using the exact 4 inputs. Well, not the exact 4. We didn't use squares all the time, but we used some other diamond form. Like where is one of them? Like this guy. We just use this. It doesn't need to be 2 squares. It's like, yeah, we use this one over here. But it comes up with the same thing. So there's our little crystallizer setup. So we take the shape in... Oh, this is a 2nd level crystallizer. We already got a crystallizer with the shape on top of it. And then we crystallize it again with the white coming in from 2. Send it out here. And this is the double level one, which then goes off to our beautiful, huge swapper setup, which is still running full speed. So absolutely love it. Whoa, we're going nuts on this one. Already up to level 5. This one's just going absolutely ballistic. So, and it's running at full speed, which I really like. So there we go. That is not the end of the run through, but it is the end of the game, if you know what I mean. So we are done with the main milestones. We have the first 6 milestones running at 48 belts per minute. Well, running at 48 belts. Each belt is 180 per minute. So each belt is 180 per minute, which is 3 per second. So 48 per second, 48 belts, 3 per second. That is 144. So we've got 144 items per second. Every single milestone has 144 items per second. That's got to be Megabase. I mean, seriously. Although I've got lag on my computer, so it's probably not 144 anymore. But yeah, 144 items per second. That is quite a lot. Yeah, anyway, we are going to finish the video off right here, right now. And next episode, it's going to be all MAM. And I've got some ideas, but just a bit of a teaser. We're going to build 4 12 belt MAMs because I want to have 4 separate ones so I can go through all of these tasks really, really quickly. So we'll have 4 12 belt MAMs and then we can sort of do tons of multitasking with them. I'm not going to build separate MAMs for these 2 shapes. I want to build one MAM that just does both of them. It can handle both of them, but I want it to be reasonably fast. So I want it to be like a 5-minute spin up time at the most, but it's got to do both types of shapes. And once again, no space belts, no space pipes. So that's a lot of restrictions on the MAM. We've got our new pipe filters, which should hopefully help us out quite a bit. And we're going to see what sort of brilliant designs we can come up with. But yeah, a lot of restrictions on the MAM. We're aiming pretty high, but I mean, we've been able to reach all of our goals so far, including that horrendous swapper build. We managed to pull that one out, although we did have to go up to a 3x3 to get that done. I honestly don't think this is possible to do on a 2x2. I mean, there are a bit of gaps everywhere, but my God, look at this mess. I don't think we could have done I don't think we could have done this exact build on a 2x2. I really don't. We could have squished it a little bit, but a 2x2, I mean, we could not have squished it that much. I mean, you can squish it horizontally a bit. Like you got a bit of gap here, you got a bit of gap here, you got a bit of gap here, but vertically, I don't think we could have squished it that much. You still got this much space. So yeah, no, there's no way we could have squished it vertically to fit on a 2x2. That would be impossible. Because yeah, these are all 3 layers. All these guys, 3 layers. So there's no way. There's just no way. Maybe a 2x3, you could have made it, but not a 3x3. Anyway, we have been going for ages. I'm going to stop the video now. So thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. Next episode is the MAM. Well, talking about the MAM anyway, I don't know if we're actually going to build anything. What I think we'll probably do is just laying down foundations and just pre-planning, because it's going to take a lot of pre-planning to make sure that we can actually get it done without space belts and without space pipes and still get a decent amount of throughput and spin up time. So we'll see how we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Catch you guys later.